Sure?
Sure, I'm sure. You're gonna make a great supervisor, Alec.
In case you hadn't noticed, the old customer service center's a little fractured since our last supervisor was let go.
Well, let's just say supervising wasn't exactly in Felicia's career path.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure that it's in mine. I do know that I don't want to make the same mistakes that she did.
You won't, Alec. You'll make new ones.
No, I'm serious, Teresa. How are they going to accept me telling them what to do when yesterday I was in the workstation next to them? Take Greg. He doesn't listen to anybody, and he's been here longer than me. Bridget and Nathan are always at each other's throats over something. Neil's inexperienced, but with potential. Diana's a good CSR, who could be really great if only she'd learned to be more assertive. And Libby, she's already got her resume out. How do you supervise somebody who's already checked out mentally? Teresa, you know me. I'm a pretty good customer service rep because I do one thing really well. I'm a good listener.
Listening's critical in all kinds of positions. It's a big part of what earned you an opportunity for a supervisory job.
Okay, but where in all of this am I going to find that one thing that's going to make me a good supervisor?
Alec, I'm not sure if what you're looking for is even in there.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I can give you training materials that'll give you a solid framework for what supervising is all about, but you're the one who's going to have to put it all into action. So the real question is, what are the kinds of things you think you need? After all, you're the supervisor.
Yeah, I guess I am. Okay, what am I going to need? One thing I expect I'm going to need is to accept the fact that supervising is a brand new role for me.
That's right, Alec. You're going to have to face the challenge of supervising team members who were once your co-workers.
Oh, morning, Alec.
Good morning, Libby.
Listen, Alec, about those resumes.
Look, it's a clean slate. Let's start fresh, huh? As long as you're a team member here, I want us to be able to be friends and to work together.
Hey, me too. Being as we're friends, I need a favor. I've got an interview today, so I'm going to be a little late from lunch.
Yeah, you know, Libby, part of my job now is to enforce the work rules, and that includes tardiness, so I hope you understand the kind of position that puts me in.
Begin by enlisting team member support for your new supervisory role. But don't expect miracles. Some team members won't catch on immediately.
Oh, sure. You look out for me, and I'll look out for you, right?
No, that's not exactly what I meant. As a team member, I only had to focus on my own tasks.
Streamline help desk scripts, develop tech support handoff, analyze customer satisfaction surveys. Would you carve that a little much for your first week as supervisor?
Well, it would be if I had to do it all myself, but this is for the entire department, Neil.
Oh.
As supervisor, I'll need to plan and prioritize for the entire team.
Hey, look, I know I'm just an associate CSR, but I'd be willing to tackle those customer surveys.
You do have that statistics background. Haven't you been looking to take on a little more responsibility?
I didn't think anybody noticed.
Delegating various work tasks helps you to manage your own workload. More important, it helps you to develop your most valuable resource as supervisor, your team members.
Why don't we make this sort of a developmental assignment for you?
Well, I'd like that a lot.
And while we're at it, you got any other areas that you'd like to develop for yourself?
Live contact volumes are up again for the third straight month in a row. As a result, handle times are up also.
Boy, I know mine.
I'm sure I'll spend a lot of time problem solving, especially learning to identify and prevent recurring problems. We can't staff up to deal with the problem. Not now. I have an idea. Why don't we
But remember, as supervisor, it's not your job to have all the answers.
Why don't we go around the team and see what ideas everybody else has?
You got a team now. Use it. Foster the best ideas from everyone.
You know, Felicia just told us what she wanted. Save time.
Maybe, but I bet it didn't always lead to the best solution, which is what we want, isn't it?
What if we shift some of our incoming calls to the automated help desk? That'd mean we'd all have lower volume, right?
Might help. It's good.
How about reviewing our online scripts for redundancy?
I'll need to be accessible to my team, and I know that's going to mean more than just sitting in my office waiting for them to come to me with problems.
No, I needed to go out by the 14th.
You're right. You'll need to learn to take advantage of coachable moments, times when a particular team member may need and be receptive to coaching on a needed skill.
Okay, keep me posted, will you?
Everything okay?
You don't want to know.
Well, actually, I do.
Sales promised a delivery date to a customer, but their credit card was initially declined, and by the time I got it straightened out...
Shipping couldn't catch up. Now, it sounds like it's time to call the customer and tell them about the problem, isn't it?
Alec, you're a good talker. Would you speak to the customer for me?
I know it's going to be tempting for me to want to just step in and take charge myself.
Right, but don't. You'll be depriving team members of valuable learning opportunities.
Yeah, but it's not about whether or not I can make the call. It's about why you're so reluctant to make the call yourself.
It's just, I hate calling customers with bad news.
But being upfront with the customer when things go wrong, I mean, that's part of good customer service, Diana, and that's a skill that you should have.
They're gonna be upset with me.
I don't know, maybe not. Here, try something with me, okay? I'll be the customer, and you just called me. Okay? Oh, yes, hello?
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your delivery for the 14th, well, it's been delayed.
Delayed? Well, when can you get it to me?
Well, I can promise to have it to you by the 18th.
18th? That's not so bad. I can live with that. There you go. It's not so hard, huh? Go ahead. Good job. So that's an overview of the new customer support technology. IT is going to be installing it and debugging it over the weekend, and then we start training on it next week. As you can see, it's got that predictive... I'll have to communicate decisions downward from management and help the team understand the reasons behind decisions that directly affect them and how they work.
Well, the old program is working just fine. Why are they changing it?
Probably because Teresa got input from accounting instead of from us.
If you remember, Teresa authorized the switch after accounting discovered that the old software was giving us billing errors. Look, this is the latest in customer support technology. But if any of you see problems, let's talk about it.
Well, the thing is, you remember how we customized the old program to do all sorts of stuff that wasn't in the manual? Like,
Of course, real communication needs to work both ways. As supervisor, you also need to listen to the team's concerns and input.
and there's no flexible reporting capability.
We'll make a list of all of the issues one by one, and then I'll talk to Teresa about delaying the implementation.
Yeah, right, that'll happen.
Greg, I urged Teresa to consider the input from accounting just as I will urge her to consider yours. But I need some ammunition. What is it that we can't do with this program that we could do with the old software? Give me examples.
Well, for starters, there's the individualized customer call reports and the weekly breakdowns.
And don't forget the historical breakdowns by month.
Individual customer call records, weekly forecasts, historical breakdowns by month. It's important to then communicate that input upward to management, since I know that many of the best ideas for process improvement come from the people on the front lines.
And you say the reps have been generating these reports themselves?
Yes, they're reports they rely on to regulate their workflows so that they can do their jobs.
But Alec, I thought this had all been decided. Why are you being so tenacious on this?
Will you remember a while back when the other CSRs and I were lobbying you to reallocate our territories?
Boy, do I. I was supervisor back then.
Ultimately, being able to connect with your own manager and persuasively communicate your team's point of view will bring benefits for everyone.
That's true, and I even ended up fighting for your ideas with upper management.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm trying to do now.
I give. What does your team suggest?
We suggest that you delay the implementation for 2 or 3 weeks, and that'll give IT time.
You should just talk to him about it.
Okay, thanks. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm gonna need some support from Nathan on tackling those help desk callbacks.
Sounds reasonable. Nathan, you're the help desk expert. Any reason why you can't work with Bridget on this?
To tell the truth, I'd rather not step in after the customer's call has already been mishandled a few times.
Thanks for your support, Nathan.
I'll need to encourage a sense of teamwork. But that's not going to be easy when certain team members seem to constantly be in conflict. And as a result, a problem like this could stay around forever. Now look, it's no secret that this has been an issue between you two for quite some time now. And frankly, it's starting to affect the team's performance. Am I wrong? Okay. So why don't we try something different?
Like what?
Well, like trying to figure out what the real issue is between you two. Then, just maybe, we can finally put it to rest once and for all. And if not, well, it's only my 3rd week as supervisor.
It's not your job to avoid conflict. Rather, it's to help the team to identify conflict and then to take steps to resolve it.
Bridget, it sounds to me as though you're asking for some guidance on how to deal with customer problems in one contact.
Yeah. All the calls I'm getting are hardware conflicts or interrupt levels, things that I'm not up on yet.
And Nathan, it seems that when Bridget comes to you for guidance or support, you sometimes feel put on the spot?
Always. And always at the last minute. I mean, I'm not opposed to giving Bridget some coaching. But if you could just come to me and schedule it ahead of time?
Fair enough. But tomorrow around 2?
Yeah, I could take some time.
Hey, Neil, got time to give me a quick update on that customer survey report?
I haven't really had time to pull the report part together yet. I've been trying different layouts for the graphics.
I'll need to follow up on all the tasks I've delegated to make sure team members have the guidance they need.
You name it.
Yeah. Neil, the graphics are terrific, and I know they're going to enhance the analysis in your report.
But the overall report was my assignment. I know.
Remember calling the shots on a solo project. That was something you wanted to do. So
You'll need to reinforce that their personal development is an important team priority, especially since they may still view you as another team member.
I know, Alec. Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do for me here.
Neil, as your friend, of course I want you to develop yourself, and setting priorities and managing your time. But as your supervisor, I really need you to.
I wasn't really looking at it that way. You know what? These are good enough. Look, give me another day, and I'll have a full report on your desk by, say, Friday.
It's great.
Greg, I've got a vendor with a billing question, but I can't get a hold of anyone in accounting. Would you take it?
Hey, accounting doesn't take calls for us. Just send him to voicemail.
Gwen, this is Alec. Put that call on line 3. I know I'll have to step in when team members take a "that's not my job" attitude about their responsibilities.
A good way to begin to change behavior is to simply model the behavior you want.
And I'll have somebody from accounting call you back later today. Yes, sir. Well, you're welcome.
You were nice to do that. I just don't have time to help accounting out like that.
Well, helping out in a pinch is everyone's job, Greg.
Hey, when was the last time accounting ever helped out customer service?
Well, I can think of a few times, but I'm not supervisor in accounting. And I am here. As far as the team is concerned, you and I are not limited to what's posted on our job description.
Team members need to be able to see beyond team rivalries, to see their role in serving other teams and the organization as a whole.
We're the top performing work group in the entire company. Helping out accounting just goes against the grain.
Well, I'm glad that you're proud of our work group. So am I. But I like to think of it a little differently. I see us as kind of this success mill, you know, a group of people that others want to work with because
they know we'll make them look good.
What's wrong?
You're late, Libby. Again, when team members exhibit behavioral problems, I'm going to need to discipline them effectively. Fractions are a serious matter.
Look, I had an interview for another job, okay? Is that why you're picking on me?
I'm not picking on you. It's that we talked about this before. And what you do on your own time, that's your business. But the level of effort and the time that you put in here is the team's concern, and especially mine.
Setting clear expectations is key, but no one approach works for every situation. Some team members may require more counseling than coaching. Be sensitive to the team member's individual situation and be empathetic.
My situation is completely different from everyone else here. You're singling me out.
Singling you out? You know, I remember saying something like that to Teresa myself. I thought she was singling me out, and I told her so.
What happened?
I was carrying more than my share, and I was having a tough time of it. And so was Teresa. She'd only been manager for a couple of months then. But you know what the one thing is that got me through it all?
No, what?
It's when I figured out that no matter what happened, Teresa really did intend to treat me fairly.
You know, with the previous supervisor, I never really knew where I stood. Or what was expected of me. Listen, I'm not real happy about being called out on the carpet for being a lousy 12 minutes late. Still, this feels different. Better.
Well, I hope so. Now, I'm going to need you to outline the steps that you're going to take to ensure that you are at work on time.
Okay. I can do that.
Good. Bridget said you were really helpful on those customer callbacks.
Not a problem.
Not anymore. Thanks. And finally, I know it's important to give recognition and praise for work well done.
I finally called that customer about the delayed delivery. They were fine with it. I'm so relieved.
Well, I know how tough that was for you. Congratulations on handling it so well.
But not just when they complete successful projects. Learn to recognize every improvement, no matter how small, in performance and behavior.
I got an overflow call for accounting.
I guess I'll take that. This is Greg in customer service. Can I help you?
Hey, Neil. Nice work. Oh. As a matter of fact, you did so well on that I want you to walk Charisse through it. Right here. She's new and she's got a...
As team members become proficient at new skills, cement their knowledge. Have them share their skills with other team members. And finally, your job as supervisor is to develop your team members to be self-supervising.
Need my opinion?
Not really. We'll go over it with you at the ops meeting.
This is not another interview, is it, Libby?
Lunchtime seminar. I'll be back on time.
Great.
So did you find it, Alec?
Find what?
That one thing you were looking for.
No, I was wrong. It's not one thing. It's a lot of things. Some little, some not so little. And together they add up into something kind of special, you know, for the company and for me, too. And I hope for my team.
So you're the supervisor?
After all. There you go. Thank you.